A very good afternoon to you. I hope you are well. Right then, it's Clarity Classics time is what we're looking at on this one. There is a load of newness across this hour. Jump to the website, tap on the app. We have got brand new stamp configurations as well. We've gone slightly bijou with the stamps this time with pattern builders galore. Now, before I give you all of this, I'm going to change tack slightly. I'm not alone for the next couple of hours. Look who's joining us. Our lovely Barbara is here.
Hello, Adam. Good afternoon, everybody.
I want to change tack slightly.
Yeah.
Because normally we'd plot down the counter and we'd see all the stamps and what we're going to do.
Yeah.
But before we do that, what do they actually do? Because I think there's a lot in these stamps.
That's right. And I think what we wanted to do before we even begin is take a look at what it is we're looking at. Because there's so much in each set. I think it would be a good idea if we just take a look at one little set.
Okay.
Okay. So, for example, this is the summer set.
Beautiful.
And if we look at the summer set now, you can see here we've bijoued Linda Williams' beautiful little children. So each of the 4 stamp sets have got a pair of children. This is the summer set, boy, girl. But what's interesting here, if we could come in a little bit closer, what we'll see is here we've got loads of beautiful corners, edges, pattern building, framers, box makers. I want to just show you, before we even look at all the other colours, let's just have a look here, because 2/3 of each set is absolutely, you know, if you remember our clever corners, this is Clarity Classics, this is absolutely pattern building at its best. So let me just take you, this little tag, for example, that one little stalk there is here. Now let's take that stalk and you'll see that on each corner I've used a little flower stamp. We've got flower stamps, we've got twigs, we've got butterflies, we've got apples. Now let's take that, let's take the same design. Now this time we're looking at this corner and we're extending. See, we're using this here. Now we're putting a heart in here to break it up. And we're walking on sunshine. So, of course, now we could add our girl or our boy into that centre and we've got ourselves a really nice frame. Let's just step away from this. Let's take the same idea. Let's go Christmas. So here we have Christmas corners. I want to show you. You can take a corner like that. You can build a pattern with it. You can obviously go in the corners, but you can see how that works. Let's stay with Christmas. We've got toppers, we've got tailors, these beautiful little holly tops and tails on messages, you know, that's going to work beautifully. You can extend. So these corners here that you've got what we would call extenders. So you can make these corners as large or rectangular framers as big as you like. We can go repeat stamps. We can go long and thin. We can go square and we can start incorporating other stamps. We can put corner stamps within corner stamps. So you see, when you begin to start playing, this is the project that we're going to work with when we come back. But I just wanted to show you how versatile, how useful. This is a real working stamp set, and it works, this collection works with any of your stamps.
And it generally will. We work with everything that you've already got in here. And there are 4 collections that you're buying into. This is what they look like. We are going to go into more detail with these as well. You've got all seasons in here, but if you are going for the big bundle that you see at the moment, you're getting those ones on the right-hand side of your screen absolutely free. This is the saving that you're getting on this one. You're saving a massive £25.99. There's 2 interest-free flexible payments that you've got on this one. £25.97. £35.97 for 114 stamps is what you're going to get in total. 250454 is your item number. Let's come back and look in more detail because, as I say, we are going through the seasons with these ones. We may have seen the characters before, but as you say, they've now got smaller.
They are not the centrepiece. I mean, they are the centrepiece in as much as they create the season, the reason, right? But it's when you look at the little worker stamps below, all the corners, the extenders, the box makers, this to me is the pattern building element, which is absolutely, you know. And also, let me just say that Jazz has added like little boats and ducks and just exquisite little worker stamps. Just beautiful.
They are ready-made cards.
They are.
Good to go.
But these like this daffodil, the daffodil border, when you start to use this as a top and a tail, they're incredible worker stamps.
Start thinking things like around your embedders, things like that, to really bring it forward and push your artworks back with this one. It's your finishing touches that you're buying into here, but if your budget will only stretch to a collection, oh my word, this is going to last you forever. There are technically endless possibilities that you can do.
So this
with
is a framing collection. To me, this is a framing, edging and finishing collection. Yeah, and it works. It will breathe new life into all your stamp stash. You know, like everybody really likes the embedders. That's really cool. So these work within the embedders. They're so beautiful. You can work within the embedders or outside of the embedders. Very clever.
If your budget won't stretch for the full collection, each one is available in a little duo. The details for those are at the bottom of the screen, and you can pick your favourite duo, and there is a £3 saving across all of those, which is also carried over to the big bundle as well. On top of the £25.99, you're actually saving more that you've got in there, but these are absolutely stunning. So from here, so this would be autumn? Spring.
This is spring.
This is, oh yeah,
spring showers, April showers.
April showers. From spring,
all year round,
we then
actually.
move. That's what I was thinking. I couldn't quite put my finger on it. From there, we move to summer. I'm going with.
Do you remember?
What, summer?
Well, do you remember what it used to be like?
Oh, it used to be lovely.
Yeah, I know.
Lovely times.
We have a memory. But these, again, you can see these gorgeous, the sunflower corners, and then you've got your extender. And the extender is also, the other thing I wanted to mention is this is all straight lines. I can bend these, so I can turn these into circles, which I will do in a demo. I'll show you how they work. So it's not just for square, they also do bend.
They are absolutely beautiful. They really are. They'll also work with things like your poppets that you've got and those sorts of stuff. They would look absolutely stunning with all of those. Remember, not only do you get these, you're also going to get those extra stamps, which technically work out free if you're going for that big bundle. We'll go into more of these details as the hour goes on. Do not worry about that. From there, we're going autumnal is where we're going next. See, I love that. They all work together.
They do. They do. And the little characters, the cute little characters, they just add a beautiful flavour. Linda's artwork adds a beautiful flavour. When you start to look at the corners and the panels and the extenders, then you start to see the versatility of these sets.
They really do work, and a little bit of colouring will go a long way with these ones. You're going to be amazing colourists, I don't feel, to get the best out of them. But when you start putting them all together, look at these now. They are absolutely stunning. But then start thinking about little tags. So you can go from the biggest to the smallest, and they all work.
Really fabulous.
They're also for all occasions, because if I bring this one in, this could be a new baby. This could really be a new baby card.
The little assets and elements on each of the sets is quite something. Yeah.
Loving this one, £35.97 is what you were looking at across the board. Last but no means least, we're going to winter with this one. Once again, another stunner. It really is pretty.
Yeah, so we've got our two beautiful, the boy and the girl, just gorgeous elements, cute little puppy. But for me, the interest lies in those elements, the corners, the builders, the panels. You can make the most exquisite wreaths with these.
They're also quite traditional.
Yeah.
You put these on the bottom of a Christmas card, then sign underneath. Would look absolutely exquisite.
Absolutely, or at the back of the envelope.
Yeah.
So here we go. Look, so you've got your backdrop stamp, creating that lovely vintage look in the background, and then just simple corners, 4 corners, and off you go. And if you want to make it into a rectangle, you use an extender.
I also feel as well these embossed would look absolutely beautiful in gold embossing.
Yeah,
would look absolutely stunning. That you've got on this one. £25.97 is what you are looking at across the board. Remember, you're also going to get those smaller sets included, but even the smaller sets, they're stuff you're going to use. They're your go-to stamps.
They are. And these are just beautiful little elements, and you could make a whole card around one little leaf. One wreath would make. I can make a wreath with just one little maple leaf.
£35.97 for the entire bundle. If you want to go for things individually, that is also available as well. Check the website on Tap the App, but that big bundle is absolutely flying. 250454 is your item number. Moving on down to sentiment. sentiments that we've got next on the show. Sentiments for all occasions as well.
Yeah, and these, so this ribbon writing, it sits beautifully within these sets. You saw just now one of those really lovely pieces here. You can see Merry Christmas.
Oh, yes.
It just blends beautifully. So the ribbon writing stamps are the perfect complement. What I like about these as well is the mixture, the combination of this really bold sans serif and then the real flourish of the centerpiece words.
Loving the ribbon writing. It's something different as well that you've got in there. Absolutely beautiful. And as I say, would work wonders with the new borders that we've brought out today as well. They really do go hand in hand. And £8.99 is what you're looking at. 10% of the stock has already gone. 341345 is your item number. Once again, and I know I'm going to say this a lot over the course of the next couple of hours, the next thing you're about to see, genuinely, if your budget will stretch, and I'm not one of these to spend your money, put it in your basket. Because this goes with your borders beautifully, beautifully well.
It really does. And there are so many elements to this set. So this is an A4 set of Art Nouveau. And what you're looking at here is all these different words. And you'll see that when we drew these little panels here, these words slot inside. So rather than put them inside, you can mix and match them. So you can use the words independently, which work beautifully with the toppers and tailors in this pattern building sets that we've just looked at. But these words here also are absolutely glorious within any artwork, really. It's that Art Deco kind of look. It's very,
and the minute I look at them, I can sort of see advent calendars.
Yeah.
You turn them into little doors and things like that would be beautiful.
What a great idea.
But once you start pattern building and really building them up, look at what you achieve. You get that sort of stained glass effect with these ones.
And you can go really clean and crisp, or you could go really arty. Many, many thanks to the design team for their glorious samples here.
Using some of those embedders that we all know and love that we've got on the show. But then, as you say, you can go to literally the small and the mighty that you've got now. Just use them on their own as tags. They really, really work. Changing the colours of the cardstock is going to change the look as well. £26.99 is what you are looking at for these ones. 533743 is your item number. Something that I've not seen you do before is the metallic gel pens.
Oh yeah, now these
I didn't realise you did pens as well.
Yeah, we've had these. Well, they're back in stock. That's why they haven't been around.
Oh, okay.
So these are super fine Pergamano gel pens. You know, for colouring in when you want a metallic finish. So they work very, very beautifully with these new pattern building stamps that we're launching today. And well, they're very fine line. They're like the Micron pen fine line of the. You can see how delicate and fine these, but they're very metallic, and they flow beautifully. They don't clog up. Very, very, very nice indeed.
And you've also got that sort of different look depending on the cardstock that you're using, whether it be white, black, or the craft card that you've got in there. But as you can see, they are a super, super fine nib, and they're also very good writers.
Yeah, they are. They're lovely. You know, when you're writing, say you're using craft card or black card, then you want to write inside. They work beautifully on black card, as we can see. So you can write inside, or if you're using dark envelopes or red or paper, then these are perfect for actually writing on.
And also if you're into your doodling. If you like to doodle in your little back books, these are perfect colours to go onto, as Barbara said, onto that black card. So you can do a beautiful little doodles that you've got, and you've got beautiful colours, 7 colours in total, the metallic gel pens that you've got. And I'm guessing if Leonie was here, she would say, I have a funny feeling you could pull them out with a bit of water.
You can.
Real quick.
You can.
You can blue us. Good at this gig. You've got, so you could use them sort of like a little watercolour as well if you want to go down that route. Wire 419262 is your item number. Last but no means least, there is loads more on this show that we've got, are the stencils. Always busy. You're going to get all of these 6 A5 stencils for £26.95.
I think you get. Do you? I think you get. Yeah, you get 6 for the price of 5, if I'm not mistaken.
Ridiculous value for money, especially when you see what you're getting and the size of them. Once again, everyday stencils that you can use again and again and again.
These are fabulous because you can see, for example, how you've got openings and you can stamp into the openings. So your elements in those new stamps, they're worker stamps, they work fantastic. You can see, for example, the heart here that you're looking at is really good. The hexagon, also very clever by Sheila Metzler. She's made that optical illusion, which is rather good. You can make fabulous panels. Looks great, word chains.
Got some of your
but you can
stars.
see here how you can use the openings because they come as a burst. So you've always got that central image, and then you can fill really.
You really can, especially, now this is where it comes into its own, as Barbara said, with the sort of freeness that you get with the big bundle, those little A5 stamps that you're going to get, this is where you can go. Imagine those little ducks, that little dog on the Christmas stamp set that you've got in there. You can really feel your heart. And sometimes it's difficult to go, what do I do with all these stamps? Where do I place them? How do I ground them? Get yourself a stencil. You go through the stencil and you do it that way. £26, 95 pence. Use your brushes, use your inks, use your gel pens that you've also got on the show as well. Right then, if you've got any questions, queries, worries or woes, Barbara is on hand to answer them all. Get your emails in studio at createandcraft.com. That big bundle, very, very busy for the big bundle. 10% of the stock now has already gone on this one. 10% of the stock is what you've got. Something else that we see Barbara use again and again and again, and for the first time has bought them in their little bundles. I'm going to quickly show these because
I think they're a good idea.
You adore these.
I think they're clever because we've always had a sampler set of the stamp board, and in the sampler set, of course, you get 60 pieces, but there's a combination of shapes. So what we've done now is you get 60 pieces of one shape, 3 sizes. So this is a whole other thing when you're batch making for Christmas. If you want to make your table settings, for example, if you want to do more than 5 of anything, then this is the perfect way to go. So bunting, for example, now you've got 20 of each shape in the box,
which is amazing. And you genuinely do. And we've seen the sampler sets before that you get with them, and you get a bit of everything. But now you've got all of them. So if you only go for circles, this is the way to go.
You get 20 of each size, which is absolutely marvellous, especially when you go to make your table settings.
Yes, true.
For example.
Everything's the same. £14, 39 pence. I just wanted to quickly show you, as you've got a flexible basket open, I'd also throw those into your flexi basket as well. Sorry, Barbara, my love, where were we?
No. I think it's great. What I wanted to do was just start working on, let's just take a look at this little stamp here. And what I'm going to do is I'll just pop this on here, and I thought we'd take a look at this lovely piece of artwork that Linda Spence has done, and we'll just emulate it. So I'll show you how we build this up. So what we're using here is the autumn set, and I thought with the colours changing as they are at the moment, this would be the perfect starting place. So what I'll do is I'll just so I could, for example, I could use one of our stamp boards, or I could use our 3.5 by 3.5 stencil card.
Okay.
So this is great when you're making loads of toppers, right? So you can see the size, the difference in size here. When you get the 3.5 by 3.5 inch, you get 200
for
pieces, which is pretty cool. So we've already pre-cut it for you. There's no need for you to worry about it. It's the same quality stencil card that we always use.
Beautiful.
So what I'll do is, though, I'm going to use the stamp board in another demo. So let's just keep it simple to start with. Let's warm up. So I've mounted the corner on one of our mega mounts, a 4 by 4 inch mega mount. And I've used you see the hatching in here? We etch it in there. It's the same machine that makes a groovy plate.
Okay.
Right, so what we're going to do now is just let's just do some pattern building. I'll give you some tips. And what we're going to do is start with the outside. So we'll ink up. There's lots of tricks and tips here. So we'll ink this up, and I'm just going to hover with this handle, and I'm keeping my eye. Let me place it down, and then I'll show you where I'm looking. I'm looking at the acorn there and the acorn here, and that will give me a good orientation.
Okay.
So this is like large framework. Let's have a look. And then I'll lift that off, and we should have a really good... Now I'll turn that round, and I'll go again. So I'm turning the artwork rather than the stamp, so I'm doing the same thing again, but I'm moving the artwork around. Now I'll go again. I'll lift that up. I'll look at the acorns, happy with the position. Down I go, and then I'll press again.
Okay.
So now I've got a box. That's pretty straightforward, isn't it? Quick and simple. So let's take one that I've already done, just because in a minute I'm gonna show you a trick. So let's go back to Linda's, and so she's using the rabbit. So let's take a look at the rabbit. Right, we've got the little rabbit, but he's not holding the kite. See, the boy's holding the kite. So Linda's used the rabbit with the kite. So I want to show you how to do it. Basic stamping, but it's worth knowing how to do it, isn't it?
You're too right.
So let's have a look. We'll take the rabbit. We'll pop the rabbit into the card, into the centre. He's a really nice little fella. Let's pop him in there. That'll do. Right, now we've got the boy. So the boy, I've already done it once, you can see. The boy has got the kite in his hand. So what we're going to do, to make sure that we don't over-ink, it's easier just to take a piece of masking tape.
We've got this on the show as well. You get 4 rolls of the tape.
We'll take the masking tape and we'll just pop the masking tape there where we want to stop it.
Okay.
Right, so now we can check where we're going, because what we want to do is put the kite here, don't we? So this is pretty cool. So what we'll do is we'll just ink up the kite part like that. Okay, we'll remove this though, because otherwise it'll be a holy mess. Then we'll lift this over. We know it's inked. We can see where we're going to go. I'm just going to stamp that into place. And if there's a little gap between the string and the rabbit, I can always use a micron pen, but there isn't. That's good enough. Right, so you can see now how easy it is to get that.
That is beautiful.
Edge. Easy to colour in as well. Let's just leave it with the colouring in for a moment. I want to show you another thing, because you can see that Linda, she's worked on a cream card.
Yes.
So sometimes we haven't always got cream card, you know. Let's say we haven't got cream card. I've already done this once. I want this to be dry, and I'm going to show you how we can make cream card if we haven't got cream.
So if we haven't got it.
Yeah. Having said that, right, let me show you that the ivory board is a little bit, maybe you can't see this on the telly, but it's not Snow White.
No, it's not white.
No. So, but for the sake of argument now, I want to turn this into something that's more muted.
Okay.
Old-fashioned looking, antique-y looking.
Yeah.
So I'm going to use my brushes, and I'm going to use an ink pad, and it's called antique linen, so the clue's in the name,
There you
really.
go.
Right, and then all we're going to do is ink up with the brush, and what you'll see is when you dust over the top, let me just show you, if I just do the top part, you'll see how different it looks. I don't know if you can see this on the telly. Is it showing very well? I'll go a bit darker.
Colours? No, I don't know what you can. I don't know how it works. I don't know what the buttons do.
But what I'm saying is that you can change the colour of. You can see it here.
Yeah, it has
it's
changed.
Changing.
Yeah, it has changed.
So it's just basically what you're doing is you're muting down the Snow White. If you don't want Snow White, then all you need to do is just take one of our brushes, and we do have sets of 4 brushes on the show.
We do have the brushes if you want to get hold of the brushes. Yep. I haven't got many of the brushes, I'm going to tell you now, I'm going to be honest with you. But if you do want to get hold of them, the details will appear very, very shortly at the bottom of the screen for you. You're getting all 4 of your beautiful brushes. Once again, we've talked about these a lot. You can do so much with them, and it's all how you hold the brush. Hold it at the end on the bristles. You're going to get that big old waft that you've got in there. Hold further up. It's a little bit delicate that you've got. They are your brushes, £21.99. Check out the website, there's loads on there.
Okay, so colouring in, let's just hold the thought for a minute, because there are lots of different ways to colour in. Of course, for those of you who are maybe new to Pergamano and Clarity, we've got really excellent pencils called Pergaliners. And these Pergaliners, they are water-based, but they are also blending pencils.
Okay.
So you've got the wax-based, and then you've got the water-soluble ones as well. Just because it says A for aqua on it, like here, A, that doesn't mean that I can't use it without water.
It's a normal pencil.
No. So I can use this just the same, and you can either activate it with water or leave it alone. You know, just don't worry. But I can you'll see that you get beautiful coverage just with an aqua pencil, the same as you would a blending pencil. And that then opens up the number of colours that you've got available to you too. So you can see here I'm using the watercolour pencils, and you don't have to, you can also use them to blend. So say I want to put a little bit of red in there, so you just go over, right? So don't feel that you can't blend because it's got an A on it. That's not true at all. So you can see how you can use these colours beautifully, whether they're A pencils or B pencils, and they work over the top of the ink as well. Just worth noting that. You can see here, for example, they'll work over the top of the brushed ink very nicely, actually. And so I'm just showing you how Linda has coloured in here very nicely. And you can just add a few different colours. I think they're quite naive. The drawings are lovely, and so there's no harm in not being too exact.
Yes, you
know?
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
Right. So that's tip 1 on how to colour in. I won't go all the way through it. I just wanted to show you basically where we're at on that. And now what I wanted to show you though is this is about the pattern building again. Let's take that away. Let's have a look at the pattern building, and you'll see here that, for example, you can take this, but you can also, look, I can extend it. Let me just show you. So now we're extending this by adding a different, let me just have a look. Which one is it? I did have it in front of me. Just bear with me a minute. Here it is. Is that? Yes, it is. Yeah, this is the one. It's the one I had in my hand.
Oh, yeah.
So you can see here, for example, I've used this piece here, right? And then I've used this piece to extend it. So that's all I've done is use this element here to extend it. So you can create, from those 2 stamps now, you can create really nice little booklets.
Very nice.
The same principle works for the Christmas ones, for the summer ones. So you're using like a corner and an extender, or you're just using all extenders. It's entirely up to you. Here's another really cool one. That's the spring one.
Lovely.
As soon as you see the daffodils, you know you're into spring. So you can see how they work.
And it's going to frame anything you've got. Don't just think card making. This is going to start framing all your groovy work that you've got. On your parchment, it will work on as well. Using things like your stays-on ink, start going on to glass jars and vases all the way around the bottom and doing it that way. Don't just think, oh, I'm not a card maker, they're not for me. No, they're not. Because they can work on absolutely anything. There are a set of beautiful stamps that will work with so many means.
Absolutely. And it's about playtime. For me, you know, I remember when the kids were little, when you bought a toy for the children, you'd always think pound for pound, hour for hour, how much mileage am I going to get out of this? This set of stamps here, pound for pound, hour for hour, it's astounding how much you're going to get out of it.
Brilliant.
If I just take, for example, the little acorn set, and I'm still working with one collection, which is the
That's true.
the autumn set.
The autumn, we've not even looked at the other 3, really.
No. Well, we will in the course of the next couple of hours. But you can see, for example, the trick is to turn the artwork, not the stamp.
Okay.
So I ink up, I look, I connect, and then I plant. So you see how you can create a box. Now let's turn it over, and I can go larger. If I want to frame this a bit bigger, see, I can go there, turn, in a go again, eyeball it. You can always trim the card up a little bit afterwards if you're not bang in the middle.
I'm guessing even if you leave like little spaces in the middle, you've got filler in a stamp.
Precisely.
To go in even more if you wanted to make a feature of it.
So you could go right to the outside and then take the little acorn and pop it in the, or the little heart.
So no one's ever going to know.
So you build it up beautifully, but you can see how easily, if we take, for example, the one that I did before, now we're back to the little rabbit again, and we can take our little hare and we can repeat stamp him. So we've got 3 boxes, and then we pop him into. So you can see how many different options you've got here. Same with the flowers. So there are so many possibilities. One more thing I want to show you before we finish.
Yeah, go on.
On this demo if, for example, we're looking at the corners all the time, well, let's just forget about the corners for a minute, and let's not go black, black, black all the time. Let's go to a different colour.
Okay.
Because we're always using black, and sometimes you don't realise that you can use the line art in another colour. So instead of using black and a corner, let's just use, if we can get in on that, it's absolutely delightful. You'll see here, it's a really, really nice, just a flourish, you know, works beautifully. Let's take, from the same set, let's take Cold Hands, Warm Heart. Let's add this down here now, like that. Right, so now we're using a different colour. Let's use the little girl now from the same set. There we go. So you're building a little picture now.
That's nice.
Picture
Look
building.
at that.
You know, it's so nice to do. And you've got in your, you see, you've also got these little tiny leaves. The leaves, you know, again, worker stamps. It's crazy how delicate this stuff is, you know. Just absolutely beautiful. There's a little duck in there as well. Can't see it at the moment. It must be here somewhere. Not to worry. There it is. But you can see how you can build up your artwork and colour in just very nicely.
It works very, very quickly, and I feel this is a set of stamps that you will genuinely lose hours with, that you've got on this one. Now, already 15% of the stock has now already gone. I know exactly what you're up to. You're sitting watching, which is amazing because you want to get the ideas, you want to get the inspiration. But what you're actually going to do is you're going to miss the bus. What you're going to do, 15% of the stock has already gone, and it's only getting busier and busier and busier. If you've got it in your basket, I'd suggest you start checking out your baskets if I was you. We're going through the seasons is where we're going through on this one with all the beautiful, delicate stamps. Now, the top half of the stamps, as you can currently see, has your beautiful characters, which you've seen before. But now these have gone smaller, but they're not the focal point. Not in the slightest. When you've got the focal points of now your outer edges. Who would have thought an outer edge would have been the star of the show? But now they are. Think Christmas cards, Easter cards, birthday cards. Even, we spoke about it yesterday, even cards that we don't want to make, but we have to make. These are going to work from the happiest to the saddest occasions. 20% of the stock now has already gone. I slowly think the penny is dropping. If you're going for the big bundle, the 4 little sets that you see next to the sets that you've got here, technically free. They are free with the saving that you've got on the side of the screen. But that saving is not even right. I know, what a surprise. It's not, because there is another £12 on top that you can have now from the duos, because you can get them in mini duos should you want to go down that route. But once you've got them, if you're going for them in the duos, when you get them home, I have a funny feeling you're going to be kicking yourself. To be going, I wish I would have got the bigger bundle, because that would have worked with that one, and that would have worked with that one. And we know Clarity well enough now that there's loads of things in the pipeline. There is loads of things coming up. And I can't tell you, I don't actually know the answer, whether these will be back again at any time soon this year that we're looking at. We really don't know. So strike while the iron is hot. £35.97 across 2 interest-free flexible payments is what you're looking at on this one. 250454 is your item number. The ribbon sentiments are also very busy. 20% of the stock has already gone on the ribbon sentiments. Beautiful ribbon sentiments as well. You do these in different colours. They're going to look absolutely stunning. Also in your embossing is going to look amazing. £8.99. Something else that is really busy, and I think it's going hand in hand, the metallic gel pens that we've got. £12.75. Super thin end that you've got on them. 40% of the stock has already gone. And that was only from the top of the show when you saw them 34 minutes ago. 419262 is your item number you are looking at on these ones. Talking about those beautiful ribbon letters, that's what we're going to look at in this next demonstration. We've got a lot of demos to get. If you think I'm talking quick, because there's a lot of demos to cram in a short amount of time.
But I just love these stamps because they're so useful.
Well, they are. They really are.
And the other thing is that they work with all the other stamps, you know, as I was saying before. So if we have a look here, Deborah Wheeler, great card, clean and simple, just what we like. When we're making Christmas cards, we don't want to have to make, you know, spend hours on one card, 'cause you're not going to send many. So what we've got here is we've used our Merry Christmas, we've used our little Taylor. Do you remember the little top and Taylor I said?
Yeah.
So that's from the Christmas set. And then we've used the corner from the Christmas set. We've used the little tiny one here. Yeah, that's for sure. And then we've used the large one. So just bear with me a second because I know it's here. It sure is. There it is. So you can see here we've got that one and that one. We've opened up the corner to add these two. You know, of course, that these two would make a fabulous little gift tag as well.
Yeah, they would.
Just this on its own, just 4 times round like that, made a lovely little snowflake. So let's just go with what Deb's done and we'll see where we are. The other thing is, of course, gift tags. Look, I just wanted to show you. This is so neat. Linda Spencer again. She made, and you can see here, there are your...
That's nice with the pens on.
So we've got the Seasons of Greetings. We're going to do this. That's from that Art Nouveau set. And then you've got your gel pens. So I've gone dulled so that you can see the difference. And then I've extended it as well. So I thought if we get a chance, I'll show you that as well.
They're like, especially that one, was very cross-stitch-esque.
Very nice.
It's got that Nordic sort of look to it, Nordic cross-stitch.
I like it too. I like it too. So let's have a look. First of all, I've loaded the stamp onto one of our mega mounts.
A quarter of the stock now has already gone. A quarter of this big stock now has already gone.
So what we're going to do now is we're going to, you can see here, I've already done it once. Let's just see it and I'll show you. I've loaded the stamp. I've got to show you so you understand my thinking. If you see where the stamp is mounted, I've mounted it so that the edge of the mount sits here. And that way I've got a rough idea how far in I want to go. Do you see?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So you can load it up. You need to do one roughly and then mount it. If you're using a stamping platform, it's a piece of cake really, isn't it? But let's have a look. So we're going to go like that. But we need, let's go with a green ink pad instead of a black again. We're always using black, aren't we? So let's have a look. Let's just do this one. And we'll ink this up again. Once you get used to it, the mega mounts are excellent because they have that cross hatching on them, right? So that shows you exactly where to mount it. Okay, so let's do this one first, right? Stamping platform, Bosch, pretend. Then we're going to turn the artwork, and I keep repeating myself, but if I do that, I know it's going to be in exactly the same place. So I'll turn the artwork.
I do like the way that there's no right or wrong way to these either.
That's right.
But you turn it upside down, but you would never realise that was now flipped.
No, and it also is a lovely top and tailor. So here we go. I'm looking at the edge here, right? That'll do. And then I'll pop that down like so. I'll press on this where the stamp is. We should get a really nice impression. Do you know what the other thing is? It's only a piece of card.
It's true. It's 2 sides.
So we've got that, done that. That looks quite good, just there. Now let's take this corner, and what we're going to do now is, you watch it, it's a really weird, because this looks a bit skewy, doesn't it? But it isn't. It isn't. It just looks it. And when I take this, I'll bring this one down, and I'll ink up. Let's have a look. That is going to be. What I'm doing is, I'm balancing up this corner here. Do you see? All of a sudden, look, it's weird. It went from being almost like a trapeze to being right. It's clever, isn't it?
Yeah.
So now we've done that little corner. I'm going to show off now. I bet if I took, I'm going to regret this, but I just didn't do this demo, but I just want to show you. If I take that little corner, what happens if I go like that? This is what I'm saying. When you get home, you see, let's see, what happens if I go like that, and then I'll go like that.
Look at these
Turn. I bet this is going to look really nice. There you go. Oh, hey, how about that then? Little corners, you see.
That's nice.
Little corners.
And I also think this is where the mounts come into play.
Yeah, they do.
These is the...
How about this then? Look. So now we've got this little snowflake. I'm winging it here. You know that, don't you? But I just want to show you. What a beautiful little... Look.
I like these.
How about that?
That's nice.
there you go.
I like that a lot. What mounts have you got these on? Because then we all know. So we've got the mega mounts to fit the corners.
And then we've got a selection of mounts of our Clarity mounts. So they're great because the handle is for hovering. You see, you can hover with the handle. They're pretty cool.
So on the show, we've got the 6x6. We've got the 12x6. And we've got the special small ones as well that we're looking at.
So now, over to the ribbon writing.
Okay, let's do it.
Love the ribbon writing. So let's have a look. Before we ink it up, let's have a look where we're going to put it. Because I want to use that little... see, that's a great little top and tailor. I'll show you what I mean. Let's go in here and let's just add the Merry Christmas ribbon writing. See, I want to use this little thing here.
I like these.
But that's also, if you go too high up, this is great for balancing it out again as well.
True,
do you see what I mean?
Again.
Yeah, it does. It adjusts the balance, which is a good thing.
I feel this is another one that if you did it twice, one at the bottom, one at the top, it would give you a beautiful design of like a holly wreath.
Straight or angle? Shall I go a bit?
Go on, go on.
Shall I go
Live
a
on
bit?
the edge.
All right. I'm going to regret that.
We are now, because I don't know where this demo's going to.
That's all right. They're nice.
I like that.
Nice, and then we'll use our little top and tailor. Look, we'll put it here. Let's just see what it looks like on here. I like that though, don't you?
Yeah, that's nice. I like it's sort of quite Celtic.
That works.
That's nice.
That's nice. We like that. There are so many little assets in these sets. I've got pretty excited about these when they came through and I was saving them because I thought this has got to be a real. See how that balances out even the curve. So very, very nice. Now colouring in, got other options. Recapping on what we said before, we can use our pergoliners, right? So we can use our pergoliners for certain. In fact, look, I've already started, so I shall continue. Look, I've done half of it.
Okay.
Right, so let's use our pergoliners, and we can just... I know this is our... What's this called over the door? What you kiss under? Mistletoe.
What is that stuff again?
What is that stuff? Right, so you see how you're just using a B pencil now? There you go. And then we can use... See, this is quite nice and relaxing, and it's not hard, you know, just nice, sharp little images to use. And I just want to show you, when you use pencils, it's a softer look. If you go to our Perga colours, right, so we've got these as well, you get a much sharper, you get a much more intense colour. So let's say, for example, you go over it, you can look at that and think, I wish I'd gone a bit darker. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to spoil that, though, because that's a Christmas card. Do you know, I'll make him a Christmas card. Right, Perga colours, these are pretty good. And you can see, we got tins of these, and there are 30 different colours in here. And they're water soluble, they react to water. What I like about them is you've got a really, really very ultra thin one, like the Perga, you know, they're Perga, the clues in parchment. So you've got a bullet at that end, and then you've got a really super fine, and because it's got a kind of a sheath around it here, what you'll find is it doesn't fray, if you know what I mean.
You don't get them stringy bits.
You don't get stringy bits, exactly. So now, for example, that's the bullet, I'm going to go with it's got like a rib on it here. I only learnt that the other day when I was listening to Paul Church.
Did you?
I didn't know that.
Oh.
Yeah. But you can see here that if you use the red, it's a lot darker, isn't it, than the
I really just realised you're left-handed.
No, I've known that quite a long time.
No, I haven't. I've only just clocked up.
I've known that for years.
I don't know. I was like, oh, Barbara's left-handed. Never
Tell you what
realised.
is, Barbara's getting short-sighted as well. Barbara needs really good glasses on to do this job. See, now I can get in and I can see that's better. Right. But the point I'm making is that these are absolutely fabulous.
If you want to go for the perk of colours, you get 30 water-based colours. Once again, so much scope with these ones. £26, 99 put them into your flexible basket with that big bundle, which is very busy now. 30% of the big bundle now has already gone.
I think you're going to find when you get these home, I'm talking about the stamps now, you're going to love them because they just... they come to life when you start to play with them. Let me just go to, if I may, before we finish this demo. So I think you understand now how fabulous this is, don't you?
Not these.
And let me just show you, for example, fast forwarding, I've made a frame with a little girl, just so that you see how these stamps sit in different settings. Okay. You know, because otherwise you'll wonder. For example, let me take this little one and I can ink this up now. Let me make sure it's clean. Right. And you'll see that if I stamp this one in, I think this is going to be lovely. And we'll pop that up there like so. I reckon this will work nicely. But you can see how it's so sharp. I mean, what else do you want? You know, that, to me, that, and then if I could find the little duck that I've been looking for, it's all right, don't worry, we'll find the duck. The duck's somewhere. So, where's the duck?
I've got them on there.
No, it's a wet one.
It's a wet duck.
It's a soaking duck. Ah, hang on, I've got it. Don't stay there, stay there.
If you want to go and create, look at that for a beautiful thank you card that you've got. It's absolutely stunning. If you're going to do thank yous, I'm a big advocate of sending thank you cards. I make Molly send them all the time.
It's nice.
For anything that she's got. But things like this, they're quick, they're easy, but they're fun to do, and everyone you're going to do is going to look completely different. It just works. It's really
so pretty. In fact, I wonder if we could do this. Stay there. Right, so I've got this little umbrella. Do you know, I spent days preparing this show and now I'm going completely off-piste. Let me see if this works. I'm going to ink up the umbrella, but I'm trying to avoid the handle, right? And then I'm going to pop that in the duck's mouth. The umbrella. Yay.
Oh, here we go.
You know, hours of fun. Hours of fun. So you can see what I'm up to here. When you colour that in, what a nice piece of artwork that is.
Loving these, and you are loving them too. 250454 is your item number. If we're going to go through the seasons, Bob, we have 10 minutes. Do you think we can do a cheeky demo in 10 minutes?
I could do a cheeky demo in 10 minutes.
I'll quickly do a counter, and then I'll come back to you. Okay. I'll be quick. I'll be a minute. Let's talk about the big bundle, though, that we've got here. A third of the stock now has already gone. Remember, you've got all of the seasons summed up. 114 stamps in total is what you are going to get, and yet you've got the beautiful large stamps on the top, but it's the worker stamps that are at the bottom where it's absolutely beautiful. Everyone is different, yet everyone works on its own, or they work together. You can go large, you can go small. If you're into your petrol calendars and things like that, would look absolutely beautiful with these. To frame your groovy work or any cards that you've got. It's stitcheries. I'm now an advocate of getting a stamp and stitching it. This would be beautiful to stitch some of the stunning borders that you've got in there. If you're into your cross stitch and things like that, it's worth having a little look at. £35 and 97 pence across two interest-free flexible payments is what you are looking at on this one. 250454 is your item number for that large collection. Right, then we have got 8 minutes.
Oh, I thought you said we had 3 minutes.
No, we've got 8.
Oh,
not 3.
Easy. Right.
I said I'd be 3 minutes.
Okay. So let's have another look at the corner and let's just do little tags, because tags are really, that's the one thing at home when you're starting to wrap your presents. You always run out of tags, don't you? So this is a really neat way. But let's say, right, we're going to chop up our card. Let's see how you can make them as big as you like. This is just under 3 inches, right? But you can use all these scraps, really, can't you? Mm-hmm. So what we'll do is I love this. I thought this was so
That's
pretty.
nice.
Right, so simple. And she's used the gel pens, you know. Right, let's have a go. So we're going to use this now, right? And we'll just see how this works. And we'll pop, let's just, again, I'm going to go there, right? On that side. Then I'll turn it round. Do you notice I'm always saying turn the card, not the stamp. So I can see where I'm I can see where I'm headed now with the corner. So I'm just going to come down there like that, make the corner. Right, that'll do.
Okay.
Good enough, good enough. So here's one just in case that didn't work. Now I've got my season's greetings. I love this font, right? So let's just pop that in there.
Remember, your season's greetings is from that
There.
big A4 set that we saw at
So-
the top of the hour.
So you see how you can go into, you're going into mass production now. How easy is this?
It's true.
Right, and then you've got your little pen, so easy to just add a little bit of greenery to that.
Okay.
So we know how to make gift tags, but let's go to a larger tag now. This could be the card, you know, as well. So this time, what we'll do is, it's what you said about infilling. Let's take this corner, right, turn, shimmy up, have a look, and stamp, turn. You know what I said about pattern building?
Yeah.
The very first TV show I ever did on Create and Craft was pattern building. And anybody that's been watching for a long time will remember. And you turn, and you turn. So you just, like this, then what you can do is you can take any one of those little joining stamps, any one of those. You could use snowflakes, you could use a little duck, whatever you fancy, just to... But you see how nice that is when you join it. And now I wonder if, of course, right, so let's, of course, shall I use green? No, come on, Barbara, don't start. You've only got 3 minutes. For crying out loud. Don't start
But this
worrying
is-
about the
This
colour.
is the thing. It doesn't matter the size of the sentiment because you could now got borders to fit.
Precisely.
This is
So
it opens
whatever
a whole
size,
new
whether
door.
you're using the tiny little season's greetings or you're using the large ribbon writing, you make the border to accommodate.
that.
Isn't that lovely? You know?
You imagine that as a little
Yeah.
tag on top of a gift, on the top of a bottle that you're going to use. The possibilities genuinely are
Yeah.
endless when you look into this.
I like these stamps a lot. When you look at the different ones, so you've got your Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. So we could pop Happy New Year in here too.
Let's do it.
You know? Oh, well, all right then. Since you asked, I'll grab mine.
do it.
See, mine are well loved. You know, I use them a lot. In fact, during this period now, during this season, I will be. They won't get put away.
Using
They'll
it
just,
then.
yeah.
Over 40% of the
That's
stock of the
nice.
ribbon have now already gone. Over 40% of the ribbon has now already gone. 8 stamps in total, £8.99.
So what I like about this is that it's got a nice contrast to that. See how
That's
that's
nice,
really
I like that.
fine and sharp. You can see the quality of the stamps. I don't often shout about this, but we do make the stamps ourselves. We design them in-house, we make them in-house, we clean them in-house, we pack them in-house. We do everything at Clarity Towers.
See, that's good.
Yeah, and sometimes, you know, we'll be upstairs and we'll have an idea and I'll sketch something and I'll give it to Jazz and then Jazz will turn it into a negative, into a stamp. Then it goes downstairs and then Laurent, he makes a prototype and within 2 hours, I can have the stamp back upstairs and say, yeah, that'll do. Now make 300 of them. Yeah.
I didn't realise you could do it in such a quick process.
Yeah, one of the best things about Clarity is that we're manufacturers. One of the worst things
That you're
about
also the
Clarity is that we're manufacturers.
That is the jazz one.
there you go.
But that also goes to prove that everything is hand checked. Everything does
yeah.
not go, so that it's not being bought in from anywhere, and then everything's already been pre-packed. So then it goes to Barbara and goes, oh yeah, those lovely, but you don't really know what they are. Everything has been tested, tried and tested again and again
It
and
goes
again.
upstairs, downstairs, upstairs,
Which I
downstairs.
absolutely
Check
adore.
it again. Let's
Because
tweak
then
it.
on the top of all that, we're coming to the end of the first hour that we've got now, but on the top of all that, you've also got your education. You are a massive advocate about education and how to use this. You don't want people just buying it for the sake of buying it and going, what on earth do I do with it now?
Oh, no.
There is no doubt over the course of the next couple of months, there'll be loads of education on there on these stamps, and your design team?
We have a Clarity Matters blog that my daughter Grace, she puts together every week, and there'll be fantastic step-by-step projects by the design team. It will either be a groovy project, or today it's a really cool one by Jane Telford. Stencils, gorgeous. And then we've also got Groovy Worldwide and Clarity Worldwide, our Facebook pages, and there's always loads of the design team and experts, if you like. They're answering questions and helping you along. I blog most days when I get time. There are hundreds of YouTubes. We've got libraries of informational YouTubes, and there's always somebody to answer a question. So, and the pattern buildings, there's definitely YouTubes on pattern building.
You are never on your own, and this is what I adore about it. You are never, never on your own. So whatever you buy today, there'll be someone there. If you forget and you don't know, this will be on the app for the next 60 days that you've got, and you forget what Barbara has done, someone will be there to hold your hand. Or you buy these now and something happens and you can't use them for another month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months.
Yeah.
But they're timeless.
And then you need a refresher, don't you?
You need a refresher. So you just watch, you go, oh yeah, I can remember now. But these are timeless classics. You're not buying these today where next month or next Christmas, for example, you go, oh, they're out of date now. I can't reuse them anymore. They're not. They're timeless classics that will live on again and again and again. If you look after them, you can use these for years. Come with me, Barbara, for the sheer fact that we have got... There we are. We're looking at on this one. Oh, I thought I'd been told to move. You've got this one. We've also got storage keeping. If you look after them, nice place to store them so everything is together that you've got on this one. If you want to go for your folder, £7.99 is what you're looking at. And 10% of the folder now has already gone on this one. The big bundle that we were looking at already, I told you 30% of the stock had gone, and that was a vast amount of stock. Now 40% of the stock has gone with this one. It's worth having a little look at if I was you. As I said, there's loads out there for you to go and see. There's loads of samples still to go through as well. We've got more demos.
We have. I've got loads of demos. I'm going to show you how to make squares into rounds now.
There we go. So go and grab yourself a little cup of tea and get back. Check out your baskets though. Check out your baskets and then come back. So check out your baskets, safe in the knowledge that you've got everything that you need and more, and take advantage of those 2 interest-free flexible payments, because anything else you put into them, you are then good to go. But with a set of stamps like this, you don't need a lot. The stamps do all the talking for you.
And it's the little tiny ones that give you joy.
Right then, we will see you in about 3.5 minutes. I'll see you.
Hi, my name's Jodie Johnson